Yeah. Jimmy on the one. The second time around, you the only one. You the only one. You the only one. Yeah. That I know you the one. We living in the word like I know the sun. You the only one. Yeah. You said it's mine for the taking. You blow my mind with this thing called love. You know every move I'm making. You know everything I'm thinking of. And I'm thinking of you all of the time. Oh, yeah. I can't ever get you out of my mind. You are the only one. You are the only one. It was always you from the start. It was always you all the time. I wrote you on my heart. I wrote you on my mind. And I'm thinking of you all of the time. Always. Oh, you are the only one. You are the only one. You are the only. You are the only one. You are the only Bavashaya. In the beginning, Yah created the heavens and the earth. His spirit moved upon the waters. It's all in his word. He said, let there be light. And he called the light day. In the darkness, he called night. He saw that it was. He made heaven and called forth the dry land. Gathered the waters, called it the seed. And he made seed for man. Brought forth the grass and every herb and every fruit yielding tree on this earth. He saw that it was. He made lights to divide day and night times for seasons, days, and years to let them be for signs. And so the earth could have light. He made the greater one to rule the day and the lesser one to rule the night. Let's not forget he made the stars also. Then he told the waters to bring forth life, and it was so. He created all the birds of the sky, all the cattle and every creeping thing after his own kind. He saw that it was. Then Yah created man. In his own image he created them. Male and female he created them. He blessed them to be fruitful and to multiply and to replenish the earth and subdue everything within. Behold, it was very good when he saw what he had made. Even in the morning were the sixth day. And on the seventh day he rested. That's why he sanctified and blessed it. It's uncontested. My God is, and to make it understood, I'm bumping truth music when I'm rolling through my hood. I'm putting God first, no hood fame. You read it on a nameplate. Dwell in the house of Yahweh forever for his name's sake. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'm stomping through like it don't even exist. His goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. His yoke is easy and his burden is light. My God is. And to make it understood, I'm And to make it clear, I'm fucking music when I roll into my hood.
Good morning, babe.
Do you remember where we're from? Stayed up watching, no time for yawning. Look up at the sky, see that new day dawning. God be my witness, take it as a warning. Sun ain't never lie, great day in the morning. Focus, never let the nighttime revoke it. Blinded by the dark, I seen it before they cloaked it. It was marvelous, they hiding it behind the pulpit. Lying in a sick bed, vying with the culprit. How we trying on the culture, liking how it fit, now we dying with the vulture. At the round table with more nights than Mozart. Caught up in the image of that child on that poster. The light disable the diagnosis, healing the sick. I got the script and the dosage. Take it for the grind, you gon' need it for the borderline. Holla when you see the joy coming, morning time. Keep on keeping on. Morning time. Holla when you see the joy coming. Look, I guess we probably need a night light so we can continue to get our hope on. They say we headed for that light, right? Well, I'ma hit them with this photon, with that blazing sword forming like Voltron. When the morning come, they disappearing like Croatan. The Melachine, oh my Elohim, Omicron, sealed with the 70, going out like Yokanan. And when I meet my deliverer, I'm set apart. I got peace like a river. If we stay sharp with it, there's a feast on the sliver. We can take part. I advise you play it smart. It's a late start. Let the light shine through the dark until the day star rise in your heart. Take heart. When you find the door, you'll be more than fine. Holla when you see the joy coming. Morning time. Holla when you see the joy coming. Do you remember where we're from? Pray you strength to carry on. They trying to take my inheritance, this arrogance. I'm trying to save them the embarrassment. I spit truth, they forgetting what the marriage is. The meek shall inherit the earth, the rest perishes. They taught us all to listen to Balaam with their palace and their caliphate. I'm destined for Salem, man, they rest is counterfeit. Plus it's destined to fail them. Shake the dust off this city, man. Who coming with me? There's a light at the end of it. I see you shine, getting life with the benefits. That's me and mine, holding fast to the legacy, whether the rain or shine. Do you remember where we're from? Pray you strength to carry on. Will you step into the sun? Do you remember where we're from? Pray you strength to carry on. Will you step into the sun? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
It wouldn't be a me if you could hear me off rip, just like right off top, right? Yeah. Hey, good evening to everybody, and welcome to Saturday Night is Live. You know who I am, and I know who all of y'all are, and there may be some new people in here that I don't know. And if that's the case, welcome. Let me invite you to become a part of the party, and you can become a member here. You can also hit the like button, the subscribe button. You can do all of that stuff. Tonight, I have a guest that's going to join me, and we're going to talk about the topic. I mean, everybody is talking about the topic. And um, shout out to Anton Daniels. He did this earlier tonight, and I saw it, but I was already going to talk about it, and I was like, wow, everybody and their mama's talking about it, and it's time for me to just give my take on it, and I'm going to do that. How many of you all saw and watched Will Smith just very painfully give his take on what happened with what he did. Now, you guys know we did this at the top of this whole incident. We talked about it. And to me, it just appeared to be that, this was something that was planned. I will never take away from that. I will always stand on that. I think that it was definitely planned. And then on top of it being planned, I also think that it was a part of, some type of initiation. As I said that, I will not take away from that. That's what I feel. And that's what I'm going to stick with. Also, I don't like this blur that's around my head. So I think I'm going to go here to settings, and I think I'm going to take that away because I generally don't like it. So let's go to the virtual background and let's just go to done, shall we? Hey, there she is. There, hubby. But it does look a little cattywampus. It looks like the whole house is about to go into a sinkhole. Why? I don't know. Something I've done. Something I've done. I did and commented on it. Okay, so you do remember it, right? I have a guest that's going to join me tonight. We're going to talk about it. And while I pull him up, I'm going to try to figure out what I've done with this camera to make it go like cattywampus or cattywampus. But the first thing I want to do is say hello to Charlie Sigler, Marty Lauderdale. Hey, baby girl. Betty R., how are you? I see my brother out there, Ronnie Mann. And the reason why Ronnie's not up here is because Ronnie don't talk about secular stuff. Okay, he just don't. But we're going to put a little spin on it. Leave Desi, how's it going? Rage against the machine, my crypto pie William. Hey, how y'all doing? It's good to see each and every one of you. B Rose, hey. I hope you're still here. Really, really good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you are here. It's very good to see you. So we are going to go on ahead and take a look at it. But first of all, I want to invite one of my sons up. I call him my son. And how are you doing there? It's good to see you. This
How
is
you doing?
other than Bernard. Bernard, it's good to see you, brother. How's everything going? And I know you've been pretty busy this entire week. You stay busy. I mean, you like a Jamaican, man. You got like 5 or 6 different gigs you do, without a doubt.
Thank
You
you.
got to be one of the busiest cats I know. How's everything going? While you're chatting, I'm going to go ahead and come off screen so I can fix this. I'd rather admit that it's like than for me not to. So yeah, I can still hear you though. I can still hear you.
No,
Go ahead.
I do it. I just tripping. I just came from the river and stuff like that. So I've been out, for the most part, enjoying sun, getting kissed by the sun, getting my vitamin D, and walking around and just enjoying life, or what is to be life, I guess. Um, I'm trying to think. I may have made a little error here, but I'm definitely glad you called me to come on. I said, yeah, let me come on with Queen Felicia for a while, make sure everything's fine. But I'm glad you're doing all right, as usual. I think I made a mistake though when you said send the link. I'm not sure which way you meant it, but so I've been kind of sleepy, so you might get a few men in your background. But you know them, but it's just kind of like when you said send the link, I didn't know whether you talking about StreamYard link or you talking about, but I did just get a text.
It's all good. It's all good. It's
text
really all
Victor,
good.
and he said
I'm
give him a
good
few
with it. It
minutes.
doesn't
So
matter. You
I
can
think he
send it
might
out. You can
I think he
share
might
it.
come on you. But But I sent the wrong. I think I sent the wrong one.
Yes. Well, this all good. I'm good with all of that. So now I do want to get your take. I want you to first fill us in on what you think about his apology. I'm not sure. Did you get a chance to see it? Because if not, we can just go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage so that we can all get a gander on it all at the same time.
You can roll it again, but
if you choose to do that, you want to do that?
Yeah, you can roll it again. Say, give me something to think about.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me see. I want to make sure you can hear me. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. So you say you did or you did not see it?
I saw it one time, and give me a second time so I can look at it again.
All right. Okay. So this is going to be used specifically for review. We are doing this for commentary purposes. We do not own the information that we are about to see. There is no intent to infringe upon anybody's copyright rules, laws, regulation, copywritten material, none of that. Everything about this video is listed down below in the production notes. And again, it is simply used under the copyright protection, and that we are using it to review it, to critique it, to discuss it. This video is owned by Access, and Access is available down below in the description. Their name of their video is Will Smith Speaks Out About Chris Rock Oscars Slap. Access is of course, tabloid type of news, Hollywood access information. They're a nationally syndicated daily entertainment news show. Access Hollywood delivers the most comprehensive coverage of entertainment and personalities on TV, featuring in-depth celebrity interviews and behind-the-scenes accounts of the most important events in Hollywood. The link to Access Hollywood is down below in the description. And again, there is no intention, so don't be hitting me with none of y'all shenanigans, because I know my rights now. I know my rights. So yeah, we did this before. We had a little bump and a little bruise, but it's okay because again, we've already made it plain. But this time, I definitely will put up my elbows. I mean, I will put up the chunkles and I will fight back this time because I ain't taking it on the chin no more, baby. So here we go. We're gonna get right into it. Let's go. Let's go. And I will be breaking in every few minutes so that I can tell you about what I think about what he's saying. So here we go.
Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars in March.
I've reached out to, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
Will Smith is breaking his silence and speaking out in his first video since slapping Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars in March.
I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk. And when he is, he will reach out.
So there it says that he's not ready to talk, and I don't think I'd be ready to talk either. And you know, the amazing piece about this to me is the fact that he's even talking about this right now. I would have thought that it would have been better since they all had whatever they were trying to say in the beginning. His wife was just really remarkable about the whole thing. And I don't mean remarkable in a great way, but nonetheless, this is what I will say. He's saying that he doesn't want to talk right now. And that makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. Why would he say something and allow people to choose a side? Why would he say something and put his foot in his mouth or ostracize himself? Does that make sense to you? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, I wouldn't say anything. Would you say anything?
Well, I'm surprised he's even apologized for the most part. But then again, I just want to know who told him to apologize.
And why now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Why now and why apologize? So let's go on ahead and finish listening to this little bit of dribble. And look at his face. He looks like he's been, I don't know, carb binging. I mean, that's how I look after it's just been like a breakup or something. Like I've just been blubbering, just Bon. He's looking a lot bigger now. He's looking a little puffy. I'm not sure why. I don't know. Is this a doppelganger? Is this him? I don't know. Come on. Let's go ahead, Felicia. Leave the boy alone.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment.
In a new video posted to his YouTube channel, the Oscar winner answered some of the questions surrounding the incident and got emotional as he apologized to his wife Jada and his family in the nearly 6-minute video.
I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. And say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us.
He also apologized to the other honorees who were left stunned as the shocking moment unfolded.
To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me. And it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award. And
this is sort of difficult for me because as I listened to this for the first time with you guys, and earlier when I saw it on other people's channels, I saw what their heading was, but I didn't peer into it because I wanted all of my ideas to be authentic. I think I saw on over on Anton's channel where he had made a comment. I think he got up to the first part and I made a statement, and then I sort of backed out of it really quickly, but everybody else I did not. But here's what I think about what he's saying. If this man just told him that he did not want to talk about it, that he was done with the conversation, basically, he wasn't ready, that it was too soon, why is he sitting here doing this? What do you think? Who told him? I'm with you now. Who told him to do this? And it just looks so out of place. It looks out of place. It looks like he's under duress. I mean, it looks like he's been hiding out in the bunker with Biden, and now all of a sudden they're deciding, well, we better come on out and we better do some talking. I don't know what it is, but it's very disturbing and very telling at the same time. Very disturbing, very telling, because what you're able to see is that there are other people that are pulling the strings. His wife could not have cared one bit about his feelings, about anything else. I think that according to what she even said in his book, it was a marriage out of desperation, simply because she was pregnant. She didn't want to be pregnant without a child, without a baby daddy. And so she married him out of, just being, don't want to be without a baby daddy. She's very cunning and she's very manipulative. And so I don't get this whole thing. I'm almost afraid to play the whole video just to see what it is that I don't know. Let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead.
It's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
He went on to admit that he hates when he lets people down and is hurting. He concluded by revealing that he's continuing to work on himself.
I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of so I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking.
You know, it was confusing. You know, it was shocking. This is arduous at best to watch. This is a task, an absolute feat to watch. It's absolutely sad. I don't get it at all. I just don't get it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why now. I don't understand any of this. None of this makes any sense. It looks like this dude is under duress. I mean, what is really going on? Is it that you get into Hollywood and then all of a sudden they get the opportunity to just pull your buttons, push your buttons and pull your strings? It is that, isn't it? It most assuredly is, sir. You need to go have several seats. I don't exactly know why you're here doing it. And frankly, I'm done. I can't watch anymore. I just can't watch anymore. I mean, you know that this man his chain is being jerked and he can't jerk mine. I'm sorry. I just can't watch any more of him. I just can't. So I'm sorry, Will, but you're gone. I can't do it. I just can't. Oh, the afro's a little wacky, but yeah, I just can't do it. I can't. I mean, it's so bad. It's like a after school special that, you know, was sort of like the B or the C string movie. You know, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Miss Othmar, I just have to apologize for taking off with stuff and that I shouldn't. This is really bad. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Anyway, I want to get into a couple of other things tonight. Let me go ahead and get this dude off my camera because I just can't. I just can't. Hey, Alan, I do want to talk about one thing, and that is, how do you get reinfected only days after being infected? How does that happen? Only Biden. I think, you know what, y'all, we're about to see some craziness go on here. I do believe we're about to see some craziness go on. We're about to see them pull out some kind of something, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but they're about to pull out something for us. They are. They're about to pull out something. We're not going to be ready for it, and it's just going to be a hot mess. What do you think about this dude being sick? First he was sick, now he's not sick. What do you think about this? And you look like you are just so sleepy. I mean, come on now.
I'm laughing.
I really want to understand. I mean, I really want to get what the goal is with this whole thing. I just don't get it. I personally just do not get it. It doesn't make any sense. Huh?
A psyop?
It is a psyop. But what do you think the goal is?
To get people to apologize for things they don't need to be apologized for. They're going to say, I'm sorry. And they got me with the thing when he said with Jada. Like,
oh,
Jada,
okay. You're talking about him. Okay, yeah, because I got done with that dude.
Jada,
go ahead. I do want to hear what you have to say.
Jada didn't put me to do this. I did this on my own. Like, that means that somebody got you to do it.
That dude has been hidden. I don't even think I don't even know what they are. I just know that it's a waste of space, a waste of time, and it's just a hot mess. Let's get into what the NPR has got to say. NPR and then everybody else has been talking about it. I think that it's just a joke. I don't understand. First of all, the dude never took the inoculation in the first place. I said it. Yes, it was me. I said it. So you know what? I don't want to hear anybody have anything negative to say because I make my comment and I say what I've got to say. Now, if everybody else out there wants to live inside of a bubble, they are more than welcome to live in that bubble. They are
twice in 1 week. Twice in a week.
Hold on. Twice in 1 week. They are more than welcome to live inside that bubble, Bernard. They are more than welcome to live in the bubble. They are more than welcome to stay in the bubble. They are more than welcome to toe the line and follow up with the lies that everybody else wants them to. I just personally choose not to do it. I'm not going to do it. There's nothing, I'm not invested to do it. None of that. So it says here, and this again is from NPR. All right. That's what it is. It's from NPR. Just going to go ahead and glance at it a little bit and see what they've got to say. But I just think it's a bunch of junk. Here's what I think. I'm going to tell you what I think before we get into this, because it's very, very important to understand where I'm coming from. I believe that there was a purpose for them saying that he had it in the first place. And for whatever reason, they were not able to push whatever the narrative or the ideology or the thought process was that they originally had for sharing his personal health information, right? And now that they're saying that he has it again, I think they're really trying to use him as an example to say, see, this is what's going on. This is what you need to do now. You need to do X, Y, or Z. It's all a bunch of mess. Every bit of it is a pile of hooey. However, let's get down with the get down. It says here, yeah, because I see what you're saying, Betty, but I can't do no more on Will. I mean, like I said, I didn't watch it until I brought it up with you guys. And I did not do anything on purpose. I didn't want to listen to anybody else on purpose. So let's get into this. President Biden has tested positive for COVID-19 again. Dr. Kevin O'Connor, his physician, says, quote, after testing negative on Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning, the president tested positive late Saturday morning by antigen test, the doctor said in a letter released to the White House by the White House. O'Connor said that Biden is not experiencing symptoms and feels well. The doctor said there is no reinitiate treatment with Paxlovid at this time, but the president will reinstate strict isolation procedures, closed quote. Biden wrote on Twitter, no, he didn't. You see, I got to be real with everything lately. I got to be real. I got to be honest. I'm not going to say what he did and what he didn't do, because they said that Biden wrote on Twitter. He did not. Okay. He did not. Biden wrote on Twitter, quote, folks, today I tested positive for COVID and the shooting in the pressure again. And this happens with a small minority of folks. I've got no symptoms, but I'm going to isolate for safety of everyone around me. I'm still at work and I'll be back on the road soon. Dude, you've not been on the road since you went in there, in that little hovel that you've been living in. Listen, I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm not going to play the game anymore. I'm only going to be honest. Biden, 79, is fully vaccinated. Well, he is the poster child for why you should do it. He is the poster child for why you should do it. Yeah. Do it. He first tested positive on July 21st. He was treated with a 5-day course of Paxlovid, an antiviral pill that has been found highly effective at reducing the risks of hospitalization and death. Since they're all into the eugenics thing, I don't understand why they would give him that. But nonetheless, let's go. Patients with mild or moderate symptoms, don't go there. I don't want anybody to say, oh, how mean. They ain't saying that to you when they flying across your house. But here we go. But some people who take it experience a rebound where a person can once again test positive between 2 to 8 days after the symptoms have faded and having tested negative. Limited information currently available about the case. Reports suggests that persons treated with it who experience a rebound have had mild illness. And there are no reports of severe disease. They said it. The C people with the D and the P. That's what they said about the phenomenon. What do you think about that? What do you think about those apples? I'm talking to you there, Mr. Bernard. Put your head up. What you doing? Okay. What do you think about that?
I'm reading the same thing you read.
You reading it? Can you believe that?
I'm also reading some about the this flash flood that happened on the Las Vegas Strip too.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at that. Send that. Did you already send it to me? Let me go ahead and pull it up if you have.
I might have sent it to you now. I just happen to be looking at it.
So a flash flood there. Oh, wow.
Water flooding into the casinos.
What is this that you sent me here? This rising, skyrocketing, subsidies skyrocketing. You know what I do want to talk about? What I do want us to talk about, I'm going to change the title of this back to what I had. Hey, is Shaq here? Shaq and Frank, did you send them the link?
Yeah, I sent Shaq the link.
Well, they can both come. They can both come on up if they want to.
Frank says it at work, but Shaq.
Oh, Frank's at work.
I sent Shaq.
I see Frank down below.
Yeah, but actually Shaq could come on. Matter of fact, because he's always has some interesting points of view.
Yeah. Well, I think. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
So this thing, like you're saying, with like Biden again, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird because, like I said, twice in 1 week. Now that should be called an emergency, shouldn't it? Well, but monkeypox is not an emergency right now. Huh? I mean, they say they want to make monkeypox a national health emergency. I just don't get it.
Hey, Frank, come on up if you got the link. Here's what I think. I think that they are really grasping at straws. They really don't know what it is that they need to do, and they're just doing whatever. I think they're sort of running. I think they're running. I really, really do think they're running. Oh, yeah, we did talk about the doctors that performed the first heart transplant over on Headlines of The Voice. We covered that, yesterday, folks? I think we covered it yesterday. And I think I ran it today. I think I recorded it yesterday and ran it today. But here's the thing. They are doing so much and so quickly. What I would like to discuss, especially at great length, is the one and only Beyonce.
Oh,
because Beyonce has been on a black horse. Beyonce has been on a red horse. Beyonce has been on a pale horse. Just recently, I think you're the one that sent me the picture of her on the red horse.
Yeah, that's right.
She's been on a black horse, a red horse, and no one out there in the world is thinking about it. No one is putting it. I mean, not the world. They was like, oh my God, how prolific. She's amazing. Look at her body. How can you believe she's that age? I'm looking at the color of the horses. You sent me the red horse, I think it was maybe a month ago when she first did it.
She's got a new album came out too.
And that's the one with that pale clear horse. Like the crystal clear horse. It's got like the cosmic stuff all over it.
Yeah, she bad. She getting it in, ain't she?
Yeah, she's getting it in all right. She's getting it in all right. Oh, and listen. I want to say thank you to Marty for putting up all the information on how to support the channel. All of the support and any of the support that you guys give is outstanding, and I truly appreciate you. I really do. I thank you for sending the PayPals when you do. I thank you. I'll get a blessing from you every now and then, King BJ, and you'll just give me a blessing. That is so sweet. I want to thank you. Everything that you guys give really does go to help to keep the channel going, even if it just keeps me here. If it's the buying the tea, okay, the little teas that I got. Somebody sent me a blessing. And I went and got tea. And I thank you. If it's buying the honey, thank you. Whatever you do, I appreciate you. So thank you so much for that, Marty. There have been people who have made inquiries in the past who wanted to know of a way that they could send something, send a card or send a gift or whatnot. And for the longest time, we did not have an actual P.O. box here in Alabama. Well, never fear. We've rectified that. We have that now. And so I'm going to, in the description or in the comment area, I'm going to give that to you now. Isn't that amazing? What do you know? Oh, she's got her stuff together. May not be much, but it's a little bit better than it used to be. Yeah, that's right. It is, it's, you know what? They've got this thing now where you can do either thing. You can either use the PO part or the street address. PO or the street address. And as soon as I get it for you, I'm going to give it to you. But it's over here. Yeah, it's down here inside of the description over in the about area. And so you guys will be able to go ahead and glance at it, look at it. And if you want to send a card, if you want to send anything, you can go ahead and do it the snail mail way. It makes everybody feel a little bit more comfortable in doing things that way. And I don't blame you, especially these days. Now, getting off of that and getting back on to some of the stuff that we're looking at right now, I just want to say that, something's about to happen. Because when she came out on that horse, I just thought to myself, how creepy is that? So let's look her up. Let's look up Beyonce on the red horse. And I just want to say, okay, so it was Vogue. Oh, yeah, it was Vogue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Beyonce was on Vogue. Okay. Let's get her over here.
Beehive coming after you.
Huh?
Beehive coming after you.
They can come on if they want to, baby. I hope they're ready. Hey, I hope you're ready, baby, because I ain't the regular one. You can come on. They can come on. They can come on. I'm not worried at all. They want to go ahead on and follow after her, dressed up as the Queen of Heaven every time she gets a chance. Not a worry, not a problem. I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say about me. You can say whatever you want to say to me. Just make sure you spell my name right. Okay? Just make sure that you spell my name right. Here it is right here. When you first sent this to me, I wanted to talk about it. Here you go. Here she is. Let's share it. Wonder what's up. Let's look. Here we go. What is this? What is this? If anybody understands anything about end time eschatology, as we are well versed here on the Lockhart Perspective, baby, we got some people on the Lockhart Perspective that is on point. I mean, everybody here ain't no joke. There she goes. There she goes with the halo around her head. And these people don't even realize what they're looking at. None of these folks realize what it is that they're looking at. Hey there. There's Bishop. How you doing, Bishop? How you doing, Zeb? I see Zeb. They've no clue what they're really looking at. They say, oh
man,
my gosh.
I think I was asleep, man. I think I Bishop Malik.
Huh? What's it? What you say? What you say?
I think I Bishop Malik too, man.
It's okay. Everybody you send a link to is family, so they can all come up if they chose to. I would not mind. But the deal is that I am still wondering here what it is that she's doing and why people are not awake to the fact that this is all playing in to end time eschatology. Every single inch of it, all of it is. I mean, it's not even necessary for me to tell you which horse this is and what this means. It's not even necessary for me to tell you what the one she just did was. But what is amazing is that she is so brazen with it. She don't even look like herself anymore. I don't even think she's in there. I don't even think she's in there. Oh my gosh, they're going to get you. I'm not afraid. Bring it. I ain't scared. Do I look like I'm scared? I ain't scared. All of her hive can come on with it. Yeah, y'all who really know me know I don't care. She can bring it. I just think that it's sad that she's this gone. She's absolutely gone now. She's not in there anymore. Let's look at the red horse biblically, shall we? Let's go on to the red horse in Revelation. Okay. All right. There are 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. All right. There are 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And the red horse is in Revelation 6:34, 3 through 4. All right. Revelation 6, 3 through 4. And I don't want to use their thing. I want to go over here and use the hub. 3 through 4, 3 through 4 hub. Here we go. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it on. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Let's get it on. All right. And let me share it with you guys. Because this chick right here, she's an empty shell. She doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. You know what I think is going to happen in a minute? They're going to go ahead and reveal that for the longest time, they've not used any people to do music, that they have learned how to actually make the robots do the music themselves. Revelation chapter 6, verse 1. Here we go. As somebody drives down the street, going 1,000 miles an hour. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. The second seal, war, verse 3, Revelation 6. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Let's let that sit there for a second. To take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. The third seal, famine, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat upon him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The fourth seal, death. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and I behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast, with the S on the end of that, with the beasts of the earth. Now there is a fifth seal, talks about the martyrs, picks up Revelation 6, verse 9. Just for giggles and info, we're going to go ahead and read it. Verse 9. And when he had opened up the fifth seal, I saw under the altar of the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yah, and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And the white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So to get back on the topic of the horses, there's a purpose. She don't do nothing by accident. Girlfriend didn't do anything by accident. She knew exactly what she was doing when she did it. She knew exactly what was going on when she did it. And that's that. So when we look at these people and all of the stuff that they're doing, they know what they're doing. And this is the reason why, if you all hemmed up with them, like King BJ said, if you are running with them, as in the beehive, you better know not to mess with nobody who knows what you're doing, because I tell you right now, this is what's going on. I just want to say that I truly and honestly feel like the very first video that we watched today dealing with Will Smith, there are some end time parts of stuff that's going on, but we called it the very first night that happened with him. We called it, and we said that somebody was going to be rich. I wish I could play it again. I think I left it over on TLP Headlines with the Voice. We even said it then. I said then, we'll know that this was something else when somebody becomes rich all of a sudden, or, something happens. This happens to be some of the tactics that they use. And the entertainment industry always seems to throw a lot of people off. The entertainment industry, especially those who call themselves Christians or believers, it throws everybody off. You know why? You know why it throws everybody off? It throws everyone off because they don't understand that Hollywood is a part of their system. that they're an extension, that they're like a little cubicle. It's like you got one giant business and it's shaped like a pyramid. You got this department, that department, that department, that department. This is just a department. And so this is the reason why you can see her literally sitting bucket naked on a horse. Not even looking like herself on this new one. But every single one of them have the halo over the head. They're deifying these individuals. These are their gods and goddesses.
You know what I got to say about that?
From the Will Smiths all the way down. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, the thing about Beyonce,
Mm-hmm.
she steals a lot of people's samples and stuff. But the thing about Beyonce, she's always been highly, it's kind of like she's looked at as a social justice warrior, but it's kind of like her and this Jay-Z thing. This thing been going on a long time, but like I said, they kind of like almost connected because, you know, you got diehard Jay-Z fans and you got diehard Beyonce fans. One of them from New York, one of them from Houston. But Beyonce, to me, one time wasn't even the best singer of her group. I thought it was Kelly or Michelle. But they propped Beyonce up more than the other two.
Well, I mean, look at the lineage of her family. And I can't talk about the lineage. And this is the reason why I say that I know she can't mess with me. Don't any people better not mess with me. I can't talk about the lineage because my people are from Louisiana as well. My daddy was from New Orleans, my grandmom, all of them from New Orleans and Louisiana. So there's nothing wrong with people. You got some good folks like my people that are from there. And you got some other people. Her mama was into some stuff. Okay.
She got a Creole, right?
Oh yeah, they Creole. Most of us that are from down there are Native American. You got some French. You got a whole bunch of stuff. But here's the deal. Her people are who they are. And that's what they were groomed for. See, everybody comes here with a task. Thank you so much, Marty. I love you. Thank you for being here. With a task. She's got a gig. And this is her gig. And so it doesn't matter who she puts in the group that can sing as well. That didn't matter. They were never going to let that other person reign supreme. Never. They were never, ever, ever going to let any of those other girls reign supreme in that group. Ever. It would have always been her. And as a matter of fact, to your point dealing with Jay-Z, if you remember when she was first with Jay-Z, before that, she was still normal. Mm-hmm. Once she got with him is when she became more regimented. All that jelly that she had on her thighs got tight. You remember that?
Yep.
Everything that was jelly, the jelly got tight, the abs got tight, the neck got wide. I had a really crazy dream. I wish Lee were here because Lee would remember. My brother Lee would remember. I had a dream about her being inside of this corridor, inside of like down in the catacombs. I could hear water dripping. I was literally in the dream and I was watching her. And as I was watching her, she was walking down the stairwell, like a brick, like inside of an old building. And in the old building, she went down below and it was like under a castle. That's what it reminds you of, being underneath the castle. And as she walked underneath that castle, I began to see her go lower and lower and lower, almost where you could feel your ears popping. And she got to this door as she was walking. She was looking like she was looking for somebody. And she was going into each door, looking, going into each door. And then she finally got to one door and I saw her because I was outside looking at her walk to each door. And as I saw her get to that one door, after going to each door, I saw her step back and was like, and she turned around, put her back up against the wall, covered up her own mouth while I'm standing there looking at her. She doesn't know that I'm there because I'm actually in the dream. She's got her hand covering her mouth and she is like horrified. Whatever she saw in there, she was horrified. After I had that dream, she was not the same anytime I saw her. I don't know whether her not being the same was because I saw the dream and I just imagined her differently now, or if the dream was significant, saying that there was something different about her. And I cannot run from my gifts, and I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't see it because I saw it. But the deal is, she changed. Ha! There you go, Ronnie. Hey, I sent you the link too. Yeah, yeah. Most assuredly, sir. Most assuredly. Yep. In the room of 1,000 doors. Yep, that's it. Most assuredly. And so I just ponder at people who call themselves believers, who actually run after these individuals who are a part of those hives that will come and try to fight you. You know what I'm saying? Or get at you because you want to, make a comment or show or have the juxtaposition of taking the word and juxtaposing it to what they're doing in the now, that people want to have and be upset about it. And for me, I ask why. What is your vested interest, especially if you claim that you believe in quote unquote Jesus, or you believe in Yah, if you believe in Yahweh Shah, why do you have this vested interest in defending the kingdom of darkness when they present themselves in such a way that you know exactly what it is that they're doing? You see exactly what it is, and you claim to know the word. You claim to understand end time eschatology, and yet, with even you claiming these things, you don't live a life that would absolutely stand up 10 toes and defend what it is that you know, by even sowing into those individuals the word that tells them that this is something that they were warned about. They will fight you tooth and nail. They will fight you tooth and nail. And I don't know whether it's because people don't want to be wrong. I don't know whether it's because people just want to hold on. But what are you invested in? What have they done for you lately? What have they ever done for you? What do you think, BJ? What do you think?
Got some decent music, but that's about it.
Well, you know what? When you can look at who was the chief musician, then you understand, yes, of course. And then this explains why there were so many great Christian artists at one time that had really good music, but then you later learned about their lives, and you were like, yikes, this happened? That happened? This is what they've done all their life. This is who they are, but they've had good music, and it's because of the fact that who the musician was who they follow right now. And that's why I say it's all a part of the same plan. It's all a part of the same group of folks. You can't divide out. You cannot take the kingdom of darkness without Hollywood. They all go, it all goes together. They're all L-ites. I constantly say this, and I know that people know that. But they're L-ites. They're the L-ites. All of them. They have different divisions. And the music division, especially when it comes to, I looked at Katy Perry about maybe a month or two ago, and I just shook my head. And I remember how her parents were weren't they like missionaries or something, you guys in the chat?
Katy Perry. Yeah, I think that's the one that said I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Was that her? Okay. I just shook
my
my head. Well, G. William Scott, Bishop, says not every believer knows or defends their faith. I question what they believe in. And I know people used to get upset. Well, how can you say that, Felicia, that you question what they believe in? Because I do. And it's nothing wrong with going and learning a little bit more about what it is you say you believe in until you can be confident that what you believe in is accurate. You see what I mean? Yeah, she did, Ronald. She most assuredly did. She did start out singing Christian music. And that's what makes me wonder when I look at her poor parents. I felt bad for her parents. Again, not knowing, who her mom and her dad are, but I did understand that they were missionaries. So what I heard, I understood that they were missionaries, and it did make me feel bad for them because I'm a parent too, and I know how it is when you've got children and all of a sudden they go a totally different way. It does not make you feel good at all. And there's a lot of people who will not admit it. Yes, the same with Amy Grant. One of my good friends wrote one of her songs. I don't know why you did what you did, something like that. but you did it. Her name is Jackie. And all of Jackie's kids now are very famous, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, so Amy, and then obviously the young lady that we're talking about. It's just it because the line is so thin. There's a very, very thin line. The line is very thin. It's easy to cross. It's the same as the thin line between love and hate. That thin line between following Yah and then following over here the kingdom of darkness is very thin. It's very thin. And so when you see a lot of people, shalom, desert windsurfer. So when you see a lot of people who decide that, I'm just going to do my own thing. My parents raised me one way. Hey, there's a lot of us who are parents here, and a lot of us had children that we kept at the altar. Probably what's keeping them alive right now, even though some of them can be just as bad as all get out. But the deal is, we understand that there are children that will grow up a different way. You can raise them the way that you want to raise them, but they will definitely go a different way sometimes, especially when they have enough of the world tugging at them. And right now, these kids are really in for a mess, especially with some of the stuff that they just passed with the education system just recently. Did you get a gander of that? I know that you had sent me something, and I did do some looking at that whole piece myself, but I'm not sure if you sent me one of those. It was dealing with what they just came up with for the Title IX, and they edited it and they signed off on it, and it's dealing with the gender issue. And a lot of the children are now going to be in trouble if they went ahead and did what they wanted to do. What they were going to do is, if your child says XYZ and they don't call a person what the person wants to identify as, they're going to be in trouble. And see, here it is. There is a small minority of individuals who is bullying everybody. There's the minority bullying everybody. We are being bullied.
Not only bullying, they daggone got they used to be in the closet, but now they want to put you in the closet.
Here's the deal. I made mention just recently, and that's a good point. I made mention just recently about an organization that is a homosexual organization. It is Gays Against Grooming. They are taking the bull by the horns. They want nothing to do with this agenda. They don't want anything to do with being crossed up and confused with the stuff that's going on. None of them. They're right there on Twitter. I started following them. I started looking at the work that they were doing. I'm like, you know what? These people are telling people that even though they live like X, Y, or Z, they're not for the okie doke. But see, I thought that they were. Now, that does not mean that I agree with their lifestyle, but I find it quite ironic that these very individuals that we all lump together, they're saying, hey, we don't want nothing to do with this. This is not, and this is what I think we've been saying. I think this is what most of us have been saying, is that, no, I can't see that everybody that does this feels this way. Case in point, one of the guys that they had as one of the people who were reading to people's children, and these idiots were running around dragging their kids around, got arrested just recently. Anybody got a reason why he got arrested? Sitting up there reading to the children? Anybody? Could it be a case that he had, and the case that he had went a little awry, and then they found out what he was really doing? Yeah, that's what happened. This dude was doing some stuff he should not have been doing. He had some information on his computer that he should not have had, and this is exactly what was going on. But the deal is that a lot of this stuff has promulgated and has been pushed through because the people who are supposed to be the salt and the people who are supposed to be getting this stuff rid in their own community and their little bitty hub aren't standing up and saying anything about it. Now, I don't think that it's wise to go in there and say that it's based on your beliefs as far as religion is concerned. And here's why I say that. Right over there on BitChute, I covered this topic. And the purpose for me covering the topic was to say, hey, stop it. Don't base it on your belief system, because right now they're using that precedent to turn over a lot of things. And they're allowing the other team to use that same mindset about it being a religion, their religious purpose and their religious rights to do what they do. In a minute, we're going to see some pretty tragic things. All I got to say is get your kids out of school if that's not what you want them to learn. Get your babies out of them schools if that's not what you want them to learn, because you're not going to have an opportunity to do anything else but to allow them to go to the school and be subjected. And the bad part about it is that those teachers are drilling stuff in their heads. Yes, they are. I know they are. I know that's what they're doing. Let's read a few comments before we get on out of here. We're coming up on the 1 hour, 7 minute mark. And want to go ahead and say hey to a few people that I've already greeted with love and kindness. Let's look at some of the folks that I have not gotten a chance to love on. Zeb Johnson, just a really quick second there, didn't get a chance to love on you. And Maureen Olson, it's so good to see you. Had a big dust devil fly across my house, though it was going to take my house and me and my dogs earlier. Just hugged my dogs and prayed. Wow. You thought it was going to. I think that was supposed to be a T. Thought it was going to take you and your house and the doggy. I'm sorry about that, Precious. I'm sorry about that. That's terrible. Anthony Van Zant, good to see you, my brother. The room with 1,000 doors. Yes, sir. All right. Not every believer knows or defends their faith. That's absolutely correct. But then again, I really want to understand. Yes, she did. We talked about that. What I really want to understand is, what is it that you believe in? And do you know where what you believe in hails from? What is it that you're defending? What do you truly believe? And I'm not here to tell somebody to come my way or not come my way. I just want to ask, where does what you believe come from? And why do you believe the way that you believe? Do you know the true origin of what you believe? Then after knowing the origin, you still believe it? Hey, it's just a question. It's just a question. We're about to get out of here, you guys, but it's just a question. So all I want to do is ask a question. Do you know what you believe? And then when you say, yes, I do know what I believe, do you know the origins? Do you know where it comes from? The part that you think you know, have you unpacked that? Have you? Have you unpacked that and then undone some stuff? Did you? G. William Scott, better known as Bishop, says most people believe what the preacher teaches and preaches. Desert Windsurfer says Matthew 19:12, which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs, which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But there are folks right now who are really being quailed as far as being able to say what is wrong. And I find it very remarkable that there's an actual group of people who are similarly attached to what these other folks are doing. And they're saying, hey, there's a difference. We're not them. We don't want this to happen to the children. We don't want this to happen to the children. We don't like this happening to the children. And we want them to stop doing it. They actually had a class today. They actually had, I got a little alert because I did follow them. Yes, I did. And for those of you who want to say something, oh, hooey, Mrs. Kravitz, Mr. Kravitz. You need to know what they know and what they're talking about, and you need to understand why. And you need to understand what's going on. You need to understand what's going on. It does not mean that you condone what anybody does, but listen here. That's exactly what they're doing, and I find it ironic. I find it very ironic that they are protecting the little ones, and we're sitting around upset about X, Y, or Z. These people have actually got organized. They're actually going in to schools and combating stuff. I said, this is terrible for the believer to sit back all chilled.
We're scared.
Scared. Ronald says, I believe that I will die a sinner, not worthy of one who died for me, and by his grace might meet him someday.
Well, let me bring this to you.
I want to comment on that. Go ahead. Then I'm going to talk to Ronald. Go ahead.
You know, you say grooming, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what the organization is. They are against groomers. That's what they're called. They're against child grooming.
We for groomers because
it's called Gay Against Grooming the Children or something like that.
Yeah, we for groomers because when you don't speak up, you actually inhibiting their behaviors. So
by not speaking up, by not speaking out,
who's really who's zooming who here? That's what we would say, right?
That's what it's all about. Who's zooming who? Where did it all come from? What's it all about, Alfie? And every other colloquialism that I use. Anthony Van Zandt says gratitude at sister friend. Appreciate you keeping us thinking independently. And in faith, bunch with eyes to see, Fifi. Be great to have you up here too, Anthony. Too many people who believe that they are believers are so indoctrinated by the church and its manipulation that the minds of many are closed to the truth. Absolutely. That's the truth right there. See, a lot of us can't believe that we've been lied to.
You're stuck in a box.
Yes, in the box. Stuck in the box. Absolutely stuck in the box. But that's the deal. We can't
come out.
Can't come out. Can't come out.
You know what? When I was young, I had an uncle that used to set these I got this fascination with animals and stuff, right? I mean, I just love nature.
You love animals? What is your favorite?
I mean, I like the let me try to say I like to study them, nature.
Oh, okay.
I got a kid that be sitting on my porch right now, but he live next door. But when I come, he move, but he on the other side, he don't move. But anyway, my uncle used to set these. When I was young, we used to have mice, and we used to set mouse traps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would sit up at night and wait for the trap to snap. One time it didn't snap.
Ooh-wee! Boy, shut up. You taking me down that lane.
And it didn't snap right. And so I decided, I daggone pulled the trap, and the mouse was hurt, but it wasn't dead. Okay. So I pulled the trap off the mouse, and the mouse actually ran, but he was crippled. So every time this mouse would get back out, he was you could tell that's the one that got injured by the trap. He probably went off and died somewhere. You put decon, ret poison, all that stuff. But I wanted to bring my dog in the house because I knew if my dog would find this mouse, he would catch this one because this one was already injured. I think he probably died by the ret poison or something. But what it shows you is that, you put cheese or whatever you put on that mouse trap, right? Mm-hmm. But we kind of not even on a mouse trap because at least with the mouse trap, you got to lure him there, right? Mm-hmm. We're not even getting lured anymore. We're kind of going on a hamster wheel, like round and round. But if you ever get a little hamster or a gerbil, my buddy had a gerbil where he used to bring out the cage, and the gerbil will sit right there and will not move as long because he's very nervous. He doesn't want to move. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They are prey animals.
Okay.
But we don't even give ourselves a chance to be prey animals because we ain't running, we ain't saying, and we're not doing nothing. We're just sitting back watching to unnatural stuff. And just so yesterday, you talking about this behavior, this monkeypox thing. Mm-hmm. The Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation put out a saying, if you talk about this, we are going to say this is defamation. But even though you say 99% of the cases come from you.
Mhm.
So why is that defamation? Am I just speaking truth or am I speaking facts? But you don't want to say, they said that, I think they said 2 children got it and 1 woman, but then again, in down low people you have, how is this? But doesn't it remind you of the 1980s same
Yeah,
shit?
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the same thing. Now, did you see the other story though that they were literally trying to change the name of this thing just recently?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes.
So there's a purpose
And
for
it
that. And
says
like I said,
but it says stigmatizing them. But you did, just like you had this gays against groomers.
mhm.
Like you had a guy write an article in the Washington Post that said he was actually gay, and he said if it is what it is, just tell it like it is. Don't hide the information.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I just, I just feel like I think that there's just a big debacle, and I don't know. Oh, thank you for the Cash App, by the way. I appreciate you. And then I see you also sent one too, brother. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So I just think that when you consider everything that they're doing, it's sort of it's mind-boggling to me, because every single person that calls themselves a believer and then walks in this pathway without defining the difference between them and them is amazing. But you got a bunch of people who are now standing up saying, we're sorry, but that's not what we want to happen to these other children. Now, I think a lot of times the reason why they're saying it is because a lot of people were negatively affected as children. And that's the reason why they sort of went in the direction that they went into by the very men that are now doing this and pushing narratives, buttons, and pushing for legislation and everything else. These are the people that did the things that went on to these children that are now adults, that are now against it. These are the very people, and they know exactly who they are. I know exactly who they are. Listen, no secret here. I have been an advocate for abused, raped, and sexually molested children since forever. This channel was started by me coming on venting, telling you about the dangers in the Black community and the Black family, about how we do not talk or tell, or how we do not deal with these issues. So I am not speaking from a place of ignorance and having not dealt with it. And I understand what it is and what it isn't. I have not been a secretive person about my life, been an open book. But what I will tell you is that there are other individuals who are now at the helm, and we don't hear any believers. They are literally driving the charge, saying this right here is not right. This is going to be catastrophic. They have been simultaneously lowering the ages of specific job titles. They did it in California. Just a few years ago, they created a new bill that says that they're not going to deal with the person who is an adolescent prostitute. They're going to catch them and release them. So they did catch and release about 5 or 6 years ago. Could be more than that in California. Catch them and release them. Don't tell. Just let them go. Because it's just they're just trying to live. They're just trying to make a little money. And we don't want to harm them by calling what in Georgia they call defects. They don't want to call child protective service. Just let them go. Let them go on about their business. And nobody saw how dangerous that was. You'd prefer to keep them in a situation where they can be trafficked and maimed and murdered and harmed and hurt and do nothing to protect them whatsoever. And the state of California will fall off into the ocean for that very thing.
Yes, ma'am.
It's my hope. It's my hope. It's my hope. Well, it's been an hour and 20 minutes here with you. My son is one of my sons. It's amazing. I have about 4 people that I love very much that have birthdays around the exact same day. You are July
16.
My son is July 15. My brother Ronnie, July 15 or July 16 or July 17. We don't do birthdays. He doesn't do birthdays. But the deal is, a lot of people that are close to me have that little cluster of a birthday. Anyway, happy belated to you, my son. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me tonight. And thank you guys as well. Before we leave, why don't you take a second and tell us where we can find you? Give yourself a shout out. Give yourself a shout out. Oh, wow. And July 11th, look at this. All of those who are really close to me that are really, the huggables are in July. Me and Anthony talk daily in one capacity or another. We're either texting or I'm listening. Everybody's July 11th. Everybody's July. I should say July 11th. Now July 15th, July 16th. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Always is coming.
All right. Okay, go. Talk to me, baby.
Well, you can get me at King BJ Johnson on YouTube. I'm Bernard Johnson Facebook. Bernard1120 on Instagram. KingBJmedia.com. KingBJFitness.com, and we can get Bernard1120 on Instagram. So 1987 BJ Twitter, but I kind of stayed on Twitter quite a bit because they've been on that sensitive stuff. But it is what it is. Thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, and I thank you so very much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been good. So we'll see you guys really soon. Since I got Ronnie in the house, maybe I can pin him down and ask him when he feels like maybe we can have a Sunday dinner or 4. Just like 4, 1, 2, 3, like 4 Sundays in a row. We've got Sabbath coming up in a different day. It's changed. It's not on Thursday anymore because it was Thursday this past week. But we're going to talk about that too. Your brother-in-law too. My Grams and my brother, my niece and my mother-in-law in July. Good people, right? Some of the best. They put you in your place. They tell you exactly where you're right and where you're wrong. They don't get down with your mess. And I need people like that with me. I don't like people around me who, who are like the yes guys. You know what I'm saying? Leslie says, what are you folks doing up in here? Hey, Leslie, baby, what's going on? Okay. All right.
But like I said, this has been actually very fun tonight. And hey, like I said, I'll see you next time.
All right, my brother. We'll see you soon, my son. All right, you guys, I want to tell everybody, remember what we always say here on the Lockhart Perspective, and that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High. I want you guys to take care of yourselves first, and then I want you to remember to take care of everybody else around you. But you can't do that if you're not healthy and if you're not all right, okay? Period. That's that. And then I want you guys to take care of yourselves until we see each other again. That's important too. And until we do, please continue to be blessed. Okay? All right. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Helping